the Neighborhood Watch volunteer who shot and killed Trayvon Martin. His file had broken his silence. George Zimmerman gave his first public interview to Fox News, and in it he spoke about the night he shot Trayvon Martin. He says he's not a racist, and he also says he's not a murderer. Well, joining us to take a closer look at what he was really saying without words is body language expert and PIX 11 contributor Tonya Reiman. And good morning to you. So what should we be looking out for? We heard him, but what didn't we say?
We're going to talk about one specific facial movement that he makes, but after that, I want to just go over some of the red flags. So we'll talk about it as it goes.
All right, let's listen to what he has to say.
He said, "You're gonna die tonight," and took one hand off of my mouth, and I felt it going down my chest towards my belt and my holster, and that's when I didn't have any more time.
Do you think you acted more out of a conscious thought? I mean, I know these events happen very quickly. Was there a conscious thought that went through your head that you thought you were going to die and that you had to take this, you had to get your weapon and fire?
I'd love to give you an answer.
You don't know.
It just happened so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Anya?
So right there, when you see at the very end, as he does that little smirk, the left side of his mouth raises up, that's considered like a contemptuous smirk. It's almost as if he feels superior, as if he's distancing himself from it and he's getting away with something. So, you know, that's not to say that he's lying. It's just to show that he's able to distance himself. Some of the red flags that we see, though, he does things like direct contradictions. He says one thing and then goes and says a completely different thing. He practiced the speech, and you know this because he talks about, oh, Sunday night I usually go to Target, stops, pauses, and then restarts and go, Sunday night, after I mentor the kids, I usually go to Target.
Okay.
So you know he's practicing it. His demeanor, his expressions, and his vocal animation is so low that it's almost robotic in nature, and you don't expect that. There's no movements, there's no real feeling emanating from him. And because of what he's gone through, you would expect to see some kind of hand movements, or you would expect to hear sorrow in his voice. And then, of course, finally, and one of the biggest red flags is the changes in tense. He goes from past to present. Like, he'll talk about what happened in the past, and then he changes tense and moves into the present. And when you do that, you're typically not recalling a memory. You're speaking live in person at the very moment. So those were some of the red flags that I picked up on, and there were many more.
Is it because his lawyer was there just sort of to keep everything on track, that he didn't know what he was saying, or
no,
could that
I've
have
seen
been?
him
Yeah.
in previous interviews. And interestingly enough, in the clip that we just watched, his attorney is sitting next to him. And if you watch the attorney, he's kind of nodding his head up and down as well, in agreement, prodding him on, you're doing well. So.
All right.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Thank you so much for showing us some of the red flags. PIX 11 contributor and body language expert Tonya Reiman, thank you so much for being here. She will be back next Thursday, same bat channel. It is The Dark Knight Rising, so I have to kind of say that. All right, Francis, take it away.